Hey crafty people! Welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back. As you can see from the timer on my desk, it's time for another Mass Make Monday. If you're new to my channel, I set a timer for 45 minutes and then see how much of a particular item I can make in that time period. And today we're going to do more of a mass decorate than a mass make, because I made all those book page tags last week and didn't have any time to decorate them. So we're going to go ahead and decorate those today. So I'm going to start my timer and we're going to get going. And I did go ahead and pull out some focal points for all of the tags just to save a little bit of time, and I did off camera back them. So for this one, I really want to add a bit of color because it's so very white. So I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper, and I pulled out, we're going to use this. It's a Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stencil, and it's THMS049. And I'm going to grab a brush. And I'm going to hopefully manage to grab a brush. I've moved stuff around to clear space and managed to move stuff so that I can't turn my little Rolodex of brushes. So I'm going to grab Distress ink in Lumberjack Plaid and add a bit of stenciling to our tag. And you know what? I forgot to bring over. I had planned on grabbing fibers for adding to the tops of these tags, and I forgot to grab them, and they're all the way on the other side of the room. I'm still in the process of reorganizing my craft space and finding homes for everything. If you're new to my channel, you may not know I recently redid the flooring, and I'm filming this on Saturday, and my dad came over earlier today and we finally finished all of the flooring. I have a little bit of touch-up painting to do along the molding in one spot. Ooh, I like that, but I also think it's still too very white, so I'm gonna grab some antique linen and go over the whole thing with that. And once I do that, I will be able to put everything away. So I'm still a little bit in the process of figuring out where I want everything to live in my craft space, because I got as part of the redo, I got another desk that's on the other side of the room that I was able to put my sewing machine on and my scan and cut, and there was enough room to put my printer over there. So instead of being in another room of the house that's like a good distance away from my craft room, especially because I can't actually, hear or know if the printer is actually printing stuff. So if there's an issue, I don't know until I go to check it. And I'm just going to ink the edges as well. It's now in here, so I know exactly when it's done printing stuff, which is so very nice. And like, if I want to print stuff double-sided, I have found I have to load the pages one at a time, because when I load multiple pages to print double-sided, it ends up grabbing too many pages and either partially prints on one page and partially prints on another, and it never goes quite to plan. All right, I think it needs something behind it and something underneath it, so let's pull out some Christmas bits and bobs. And this image is by, I think, Ginger Journals. I will have to double check that. I think what I want to go behind it is a label from here. I'm trying to decide. You know what? Let's do green. Let's grab a green label like that. And this is a Junk Journal Studio. And then I've gone quiet. Yes, I'm contemplating. I'm thinking. My brain is still a little fried from the craft room redo and all of that. And let's see, this maybe that. I like that, but I think I'm gonna have to grab something. I think it needs to be stamped on. Let's see, do I have something here that'll work? That's probably too big. Yes. That's too big. And I don't want to get up because I know I've got smaller Christmas sentiments somewhere else. But we're gonna do Co-op Company department store on there. And that's Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous, and that came from Jolly Holiday CMS 474. I have a feeling I'm not going to get nearly as many of these decorated in this 45 minutes as I thought I would because, well, yeah, decorating always seems to take some time. All right, so we're going to stamp this and hope it stamps okay. All right, not great, but trying to stamp it again is just gonna make a mess. All right, so what do we need to do? This, I'm gonna do a quick round of antique linen on. Did I put that away? Yes, I was very silly and put that away since I'm probably gonna use it a lot. And I'll leave links for the digitals down below. This is also a stamp by Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous, I think, for my collection of like bits and bobs I've stamped for Christmas decorating. And you know, since this is in fact going up on Monday, and it's now July, it's time for Christmas in July. All right, I am looking for a green. Why do I not have a green? I don't have a green. I cannot find green right now, so we're gonna grab a new dauber out and some rustic wilderness and ink the edges of these pieces. Because yeah, we're spent almost 10 minutes on one. This is just to cover up in case I messed up any cutting. It covers any bits that did not get cut out well. So we're going to do that, that, and that. Yes, I like that. All right, I'm going to grab art glitter glue. You, of course, can use whatever glue you like. So how's everyone doing? Do you have any exciting plans for this upcoming 4th of July weekend? I am going to hopefully get my craft space back in order and get some filming done. Because yeah, I filmed a bunch of stuff that I thought I was going to be posting while I was in the midst of doing the craft room redo for like Creep on June theme stuff, and now that I didn't manage to get it posted and it's no longer June, it doesn't seem appropriate now that we've gone into Christmas and July time. So I've got stuff already filmed for like September, kind of thing. But yeah, I have nothing filmed in advance at this point as a result of that. Like nothing to go up now-ish. So yeah, I would like to get a little bit of a filming buffer taken care of during the upcoming 4th of July weekend. And I actually have, it's a 4-day weekend for me. I've got Thursday and Friday off for the 4th, so I am very happy about that. Trying to decide what I want to do at the top, and I think I want to put a fiber up there, and I don't think I need a reinforcer, so I'm just going to grab a hole punch, which thankfully is here, and just put a hole in this one, and I will grab fibers later and put fibers in because they are on the other side of the room, and I'd like to try and get a few more done today. All right, so that one's all set. And don't worry, we are not doing just Christmas, you guys. I've got a whole stack of Christmas, non-Christmas. I've got some Halloween, all that good stuff. All right, let's ink him up with some antique linen, and I just do this to take off any glaring white, to cover my edges, because I don't necessarily want, like with something like this, to distress the edges with like a brown, but going around it with antique linen gets rid of any white I don't want to have showing. All right, he's gonna go here. He obviously needs something to stand on. Where did I put the Christmassy stuff? Oh, here it is. I just had it. Oops. Let's see. Not too big. That one's too big. It's the smaller version. I need something going that way. Is this the one? Yes. Nope, that's not gonna work. I know what I want. Let's grab some washi tape. Here's what I was looking for, I think. All right. Pull out all the washies. All right, I've got a cute little plaid. And I think these are Tim Holtz. I have no idea who this one's by. It looks Tim Holtzy, but I don't know that it is. Yeah, I've taken them out of all of their original packaging, so I don't know. Kind of a guesswork as to who they are by. Sorry about that, but I needed to store them in a way that made sense for me, which meant not necessarily keeping their original packaging. pretty sure this one's a Tim Holtz. I think we're gonna do a stripe of red, and then I'm eyeing that green over there. It's got kind of a plaid on it. Just gonna kind of figure out where we're gonna cut off. And then I'm gonna grab some glue stick, which this is about the only time I use glue stick because we do not get along, but I like to add a little extra sticky to washi because it is not designed to be permanently stuck. So it's always good to add a little bit more. And I hope I'm actually on screen. Am I actually on screen? I need to bring my green mat back in because then I can center that on where on screen is. And so I know if I'm on the mat, I'll be on screen. But that's currently not in my craft room. All right. And that, oh, there it is. That's not green. I wanted the green one. The green one is by Simple Stories because they're labeled on the inside, which is really smart. I think I'm going to do that one shorter. And let's add some glue stick. So as I was saying, the floor is done, but for some touch-up painting. The furniture's all in place and assembled. I've got a whole bunch of storage stuff I picked up. And so I think my room's about ready to be put back together fully, and once I do the touch-up painting, I can put, because I've got a bookcase that goes where I need to do the painting. And once that's in place, I can finish bringing everything back into this room and put it where it belongs, so it's in its home. Let's see. So I got that. That there. Oh, I like that. All right, I'm just gonna ink the edges of this guy, just to make sure there's no white showing. And the dogs, I think, will be very happy when everything's fully back to normal, because I think it keeps messing with their heads as I move stuff around. Because yeah, it's been a process. This definitely took a lot longer than I thought it would. I was like, oh, we'll have the floor done in like a day and a half, and it took 3 days, and plus part of a fourth and a part of a fifth day. So yeah, it got spread out over a multitude of weeks and all that fun stuff, but it looks great. I love the new floor. I love how it looks. I love how the new love seat, because it's smaller, gave me more space for craft storage and stuff, and then I have a desk where I can put my sewing machine, because right before the redo, I have a desk because I work from home and I sit in this room when working from home. We're gonna ink our edges. I think I'm gonna do those edges in green. But oh yeah, we're averaging about 10 minutes per tag. Not the speediest method of decorating, but I'm enjoying myself and I'm happy with what I'm making, so that's what's important. I have a desk for my personal laptop and my work laptop that is right next to the love seat now, but was next to the couch before. And I had my my sewing machine set up on the back of that. All right, let's jump ahead. Somehow this one is missing its decoration, so that we don't just do Christmas. I'll come back to Christmas if we get through a few more that aren't Christmas. I am wanting to do a few Halloween-y ones. Actually, let's do this guy first. And this is from a vintage book of Edgar Allan Poe, like his complete works. So that's why I figured it'd be good for Halloween. Let's use a little bit of antique linen to knock back any white on our raven and our pile of books. And I feel like these are both from Abroutique, if I am not mistaken. And I will leave links again, as I said, down below. So we're gonna put that there and him there, and I think I'm gonna have to cut that out, the bit in between. I think that's gonna bug me, how much white is there. So we're gonna do that real quick. And I definitely need something more on here, and I don't know that I've got what I need handy. Yep, that works much better. Let's see, what do we want? Oh, I do know what I want, and I think I have it. Oh, good. Let's see if we can find something in here. I know I've got now I saw it and I didn't pull it out, and now I'm regretting it. Ah, there he is. Edgar Allan Poe. Definitely need him on there. I feel like it needs something going up there. That, but it needs more. It needs something else too. Let me have a think for a sec. Feel like maybe a piece of washi. So I gotta find some washi that'll work, which actually I think I can do this. Like that. I think it's a little too thick, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna trim off a piece. We're gonna trim off this kind of janky end. We are then going to rip it. I'm gonna just start it with a little snip and then do a ripped edge. Let's see, it's still gonna fit. Yes. All right, and I'm going to put, let's open up our glue stick. All right, this piece is gonna go here. get it out of the way now. I'm gonna do a snip again. Rip that off and hold on to it for a sec. And then do the same across the bottom and just take a little sliver off. Let's make sure we've got heights going the right way. That there. Ghastly can go on there. Put Poe here, and I feel like I need a third piece of washi on here. There. No. I think that works. All right, let's add some glue to that. So yeah, pretty much all that's been going on in my life lately has been centered around getting my craft space finished. It's been a project, so I'm very much looking forward to it being completely done, to my house being completely back in order, which I have a feeling is going to still take a little bit of a while. Because yeah, there was a lot of stuff in here, and I changed up the way I'm storing everything, so things are a little out of sorts still. I'm gonna grab, I think I have black soot right here, yay! And I do still, there's like one more piece of furniture I need to spray paint. So I need to do that before I do the tour so that everything's all nice and pretty when I do the tour. And I'm just checking right now because I don't see my dog, and he's out in the yard. And I'm trying to determine if he's like laying down. He's taken to, periodically he'll go out in the yard and then just like lay down near the door to the room and just hang out there. I can't remember if I antique linen that. Let's give another go. Oh, and Poe, and actually I'm gonna antique linen him as well. And do a little bit of black along the edges. These needs to come out. So I may pause here in a sec to do a dog check because he's been on a spree lately of digging into my neighbor's yard, and then I have to go, and then so far the last 2 times he's done it, my neighbors haven't been home, so I've had to go and get a stepladder so that I can open the gate to their yard to go get him, and I'd rather not do that tonight, especially since I'm filming this and then I need to start getting ready because I'm gonna go out to dinner tonight with some friends. Because yeah, I texted my friend last night pointing out it's been a while since we've gotten together, and or her and her partner free in the not too distant future to get together and do something. And she texted me, she was out last night, and so she texted asking if, you know, I was free for either lunch or dinner today. And I'm like, well, Dad's coming over to finish the flooring today, so lunch is probably no good, but I could do dinner. So I'm looking forward to getting out of my house and having a lovely dinner with friends tonight. All right, and I think we've got some sticking over the top here. Let's just trim that off and ink our edges. and then we'll take a pause and do a dog check, and we've got all of 15 minutes left. So we may get maybe 1 or 2 more done. Definitely 1, maybe only 2 more. So yeah, definitely going a lot slower than I had hoped, but I'm not terribly surprised. All right, I'm gonna pause and check on a dog. And was I even on screen for any of that? I hope I was. All right, let's start back up. So yeah, I checked on Bert, and he is laying on the screened-in porch, like full on, flat out, like doing his impersonation of a dead dog. He is just, it is hot out there, and he is not surprisingly tired from running around in the yard. All right, so we got that one done. Oh, let's punch a hole in the top. And set that one aside. All right, I've got some that don't use digitals in here. Let's pull one of those out. Okay, for this one I grabbed, this is 49 in Market, one of their laser cut elements piece. So I figured that would go there and be very pretty. I feel like it needs something behind it to help it stand out a little bit more. Let's see what we've got around here on my desk. That might work, because I've got all sorts of stuff all over the place. I'm trying to see what's in this little drawer over here. I think we may use that, which is also a 49 in Market piece, and just lift that up higher across the bottom. That I think I used half of it on something recently. So that's gonna go there. What do I have in here? Thinking I've got a piece of coffee dyed graph paper. Off and see about sticking that behind to kind of help that stand out. Kind of liking that, but I feel like it needs a couple more elements on here. So let's grab I think it needs a butterfly, so we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna use this one. I'm also feeling the need for a label. Quite the right color. Let's see, this is the same pack as that, so I think maybe that guy there. And these are the little stamped bits and bobs I did in a recent video as well. All right, let's see. let me take a look here. All right, definitely like this, like this, like the graph paper. Like that there. I think he needs to go up a little bit higher. This is what I'm struggling with, because I want it there, but it doesn't, something, All right, definitely like the type slide down there. I feel like it needs something going that way, but I don't know. I also kind of feel like I should have that going like that. All right, I think we're gonna start gluing down and figure out this corner as we go, because there are certain things I know I like. So let's start by, all right, this is going at the very bottom, and we want this sticking above it, and this kind of just right here. So let's glue this down. And you know what? I am not going to use this because this is supposed to be going in my No Digitals junk journal, and that's a digital. All right, then this one's going down for sure. This we know is going down. This I want to ink the edges just a little bit because I cut it out, and so that one, that one. I'm gonna use Stormy Sky because I think that's the closest I've got. Because I think this is Faded Jeans, and I thought I had that in Distressing, but I don't seem to see it, so that'll work. And this will go down like so. And this is gonna go here. And I was probably slightly off screen. Sorry about that. Oh, I need to get back into the groove on filming and camera placement for sure. Because yeah, it's been a while since I've spent time crafting, because I've been spending all of my time working on getting the flooring done, and by the time I'm done doing that, I'm generally have been exhausted and no crafting has occurred. So yeah, I've done very little crafting in the last little while, last couple weeks. All right, I've got to go grab Bert because he wants to come in, so I'll be right back. All right, we know we want this guy on. So we're not going to use the label because it's not, I think the problem is like I'm looking at it and I'm like, I can't see what it's going to look like without like chopped off. So let's take a piece of white scratch paper and do that and see how we like it. Thinking yes, but I want to ink the edges to get them a little darker because I think that will help. Just adding a little bit of blue to the edges. We're so running out of time. All right, let's see. We're going to about the 6. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put one more thing over here, which will keep our elements to an odd number, which tends to be more visually appealing than even numbers. Let's do that right there, and I'll trim off the excess in a second. And I think I need just like a number or a word or something. That'll do it, but we're gonna straighten that and ink it and add it, and then we're gonna be pretty much out of time. Wow, we got all of 4 done. That is not much of a mass make now, is it? I had so much hope that we'd at least get like, I don't know, more than 4 done. But as tends to happen with me, I am overly ambitious. Well, and this one ended up being way more fiddly than I thought it was going to be. All right, let's ink the edges. And glue it down. So yeah, since it's July, I am going to be doing a fair bit of Christmas in July themed stuff, but not everything's going to be Christmas in July. My plan is this Friday I'm going to finish up that steampunk junk journal cover that I started last week and did what it was like last Friday's and last Wednesday's videos were working on that journal cover using the Tim Holtz collage paper. So I've got the signatures together, so I just need to hunt my stash for the closure, and then I can finish assembling and sew in the signatures. And then it'll just need to be decorated, so I might actually get one of the steampunk journals done soon. All right, we're out of time. I'm going to stop that. This one, I do want a hole reinforcer at the top. Look at that. I grabbed the one I wanted right away, and these are an Elizabeth Craft Design die, and I don't know if they are still available. It's the hole reinforcers, the original set. She really should bring them back because they're super popular. So I'm gonna grab my tweezers, stick that down, and I find it's a little bit easier to glue it down and then punch the hole. So it's book page, die cut out of book page, so still within my no digitals parameters for this journal that I've started creating embellishments for, but haven't actually got it put together yet. So that will be probably not until August. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll actually get to it in August. All right, so let's see what we did since we have run out of time. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 done for our Mass Make Monday. Or not very Mass Make Monday. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.